A giant hole larger than the country of Netherlands has now opened up in Antarctica's Weddell Sea.
This is really bizarre. You would not expect these to be here.
Let's see what is hidden right there. What? What is... Ah, what the heck? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That's an alien. This is an alien.
Melting the frozen chapters of our history and revealing what's beneath the icy surface. Antarctica has become the new hot topic. From frosty bigfoots and aliens to countless groundbreaking discoveries.
It was missing a limb. It had a sort of a dark grayish skin color, no hair or sort of noticeable facial features to recognize.
Tag along to know what is happening in this rarely explored freezing land that left everyone in shock. In March 2022, the shipwreck of Sir Ernest Shackleton's Endurance was discovered in the Weddell Sea off the coast of Antarctica by the Endurance 22 expedition. The expedition used underwater robots and advanced sonar technology to locate the ship, which had been lost since it sank in 1915 during Shackleton's Imperial Trans-Antarctic expedition.
Ernest Shackleton's long-lost ship Endurance is finally found, more than a century after it was trapped in polar ice and sank into the frigid waters of the Antarctic.
Endurance got stuck off the coast and was slowly crushed by the floating ice, forcing the men into one of the most famous feats of survival in history. Remarkably well preserved due to the cold, deep waters, the Endurance's discovery provides valuable insights into early 20th century polar exploration and maritime history.
I've never, ever seen a wreck anything like as beautiful and as inspiring as this one.
UFO. Back in the 1900s, a group of experts in Antarctica went on multiple rescue missions. One day, during a rescue flight, they saw something strange in the air in front of them. There were three shiny objects moving together rapidly from one position to another. These objects looked just like a UFO, and it seemed like aliens were secretly doing something here. A little further ahead, they spotted a huge, strange hole on the ground that looked like there might be a cave inside it. Seeing all this, they thought it might be a secret base of those aliens. Today, there is no such base, but who knows? Maybe something is still secretly happening. Animatronics. A group of YouTubers went to the ice surface with their metal detectors to make discoveries. After a lot of struggle, their detectors picked up something under the ice. When they checked, they found a strange object.
It looks like a pirate hook.
Out of curiosity, they checked the entire area and surprisingly found more strange items that looked like ancient robots.
I saw something yellow. What? What the heck is that thing? It's so creepy. It looks like a head of a monster.
These were things they never expected, but it made them wonder how all of this ended up there. What do you think about all these things? Let me know in the comments. Mystery Base. Back in 2003, a retired Navy SEAL witnessed some unusual activities in Antarctica, which he revealed to a journalist decades later.
At that time, my rank was First Lieutenant Commander, Naval Special Operations.
He said that while he was dispatching equipment with his team on their truck, he saw something that looked like a strange secret base along the way. The base had different gates that opened with just a finger tap. They all went inside the base, where there were only strange lights, and it was unclear where they were coming from.
Lime green in color. The walls were lined.
The temperature inside was much colder than the outside, so they decided it was better to leave the place. Now, no one knows if the base is still in Antarctica or not, but if it is, will it ever be found? Mysterious discovery. Has there ever been an old civilization or aliens in Antarctica? Because if not, who would explain this discovery?
Huge Great Pyramids in Antarctica. They jut out of the ice and snow, and they look perfect, just like those in Egypt.
The discovery of Egyptian pyramids, or should I call them the Antarctic pyramids? According to experts, the pyramid-shaped structures reportedly found in the Ellsworth Mountains of Antarctica are natural formations known as nanotics, rocky peaks protruding above the ice. These formations are not human-made constructions, but rather geological features shaped by natural processes. The pyramid shape observed is coincidental and does not indicate the presence of ancient civilizations or artificial structures beneath the Arctic ice. Frozen Caveman. A new art display at Theodore Wirth Park in Minneapolis has caught people's attention. It's a life-size sculpture of a Neanderthal man frozen in ice, named Zug Zug. The sculpture looks very realistic and sits near a stream, attracting visitors of all ages.
I wanted it to look really real. I wanted it to really impress folks. I tried my hardest to make it as realistic as possible.
The artist Zach Schumach and his team wanted to create something that would make people think and interact with nature. Zug Zug has become a popular spot and sparked conversations about art, nature, and surprising things you might find while exploring the park. Meteorites in Antarctica. Antarctica is a hotspot for meteorite discoveries due to its unique ice sheet environment, which preserves these extraterrestrial rocks exceptionally well. Scientists have found thousands of meteorites in Antarctica, many of which are older than those found in other regions, because they're well preserved in the cold and dry conditions of the continent. As they land on the ice and are concentrated in specific areas, they're relatively easier to find and collect compared to meteorites found in other parts of the world. These meteorites give us important clues about how our solar system formed and its history. Viking Artifacts. Recently, melting ice in regions like Greenland and other Arctic areas has unveiled a treasure of Viking artifacts.
First find today. In front of me here we have a part of a scaring stick. It would be a mobile fence for reindeer hunting.
These discoveries include various items such as tools, weapons, and even ancient longhouses. The melting ice caused by climate change has exposed these artifacts that were previously preserved and hidden for centuries beneath the ice and snow. However, the revelation of these artifacts also raises concerns about the rapid pace of climate change and its impact on archaeological sites and cultural heritage. As ice continues to melt, more artifacts may be exposed, but this also poses an alarming situation which needs to be properly managed and preserved. Icefish colony. The recently discovered icefish colony on the Antarctic seabed is quite astonishing. Researchers found approximately 60 million nests, which is a remarkable number considering the harsh conditions of the Antarctic environment. Icefish are known for their adaptations to extreme cold, including their clear blood and ability to produce antifreeze proteins. Their nesting behavior typically involves laying eggs on the seabed, where they are carefully guarded and tended to until they hatch. These nests represent a significant concentration of icefish activity in one area, indicating a thriving population of these unique fish. Shackleton Hut. The Shackleton Hut, located at Cape Royds on Ross Island, Antarctica, is a historic site associated with the famous explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton. It was built during the British Antarctic Expedition of 1907 to 1909, also known as the Nimrod Expedition, led by Shackleton. Inside the hut, visitors can explore a time capsule of early 20th century Antarctic expedition life. Original artifacts and equipment used by Shackleton and his team are carefully preserved, offering a vivid portrayal of their daily existence. These include supplies like food, clothing, and scientific instruments, alongside personal items that provide insights into the personal lives and challenges faced by the explorers. The hut itself, constructed from wood and insulated with layers of packing cases and seaweed, reflects the ingenuity required to endure Antarctic conditions. It served as a base for scientific research and exploration during that expedition. Mystery in snow. A group of explorers was struggling towards their destination in Siberia's cold weather when they noticed something in the snow. When they cleared the snow, they found a strange alien body. They were all shocked to see it because no one had expected to find it there.
It was missing a limb. It had a sort of a dark grayish skin color, no hair or sort of noticeable facial features to recognize.
It seemed the alien had come to explore Earth, ended up in the wrong place, and got stuck here for many years. They got scared, left it there, and went away. They should have checked the area a bit more. Who knows, there might have been more aliens there. Antarctica Volcano. Mount Erebus, located on Ross Island in Antarctica, is the southernmost active volcano in the world. rising to 3,794 meters. It is known for its continuous activity, including frequent eruptions that send lava and gas plumes into the air. Mount Erebus was first observed erupting by explorer James Clark Ross in 1841. One of its most remarkable features is a persistent lava lake, which has been active since at least the early 1970s. The volcano's unique geology allows magma to rise close to the surface, making it a fascinating subject for scientific study. The volcano's dramatic landscape includes the Erebus Ice Tongue, a glacier that extends into McMurdo Sound, sculpted by the action of seawater. Yeti Crab. Deep beneath the icy grip of Antarctica, an incredible discovery has been made. The swarms of ghostly Yeti crabs known as Kiwa talrelli were found gathering in large numbers near hydrothermal vents deep in the Southern Ocean. Yeti crabs are distinctive for their hairy claws, resembling those of the mythical Yeti creature. These crabs thrive in extreme conditions where the ocean floor is heated by volcanic activity. So the next time someone mentions Yetis, you can tell them there's a real-life version down in the deep ocean. Baby mammoth. A complete baby woolly mammoth, estimated to be over 30,000 years old, was discovered frozen in the ice of northwestern Canada.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
It was found by gold miners in Yukon's Klondike region, which belongs to the Trondek-Hichwach First Nation. This find was similar to Russia's discovery of a baby mammoth in Siberia in 2007. The mammoth, believed to be a female, was named Nunchuga, meaning big baby animal in the local Han language spoken by Native Americans in the area. It was considered the most complete found in the region and only the second of its kind in the world. Indiana Jones moment. Forget conquering Everest. This French climber stumbled on a real-life Indiana Jones moment in 2013, scaling a mountain, battling the elements, and then bam! You see a glint of something unexpected. Not a rock or a frozen bird, but a pile of sparkling jewels and precious stones. The climber couldn't believe his eyes. A treasure worth a whopping $300,000 just chilling out in the ice. Who knew mountains held more than just epic views? They're hiding places for lost riches, waiting for the next daring adventurer to claim them. This story is proof that sometimes the greatest discoveries aren't planned. They're waiting around the next icy corner. Frozen mystery. In 2021, a man shared a video online where he claimed something unbelievable. He showed a huge body in front of him that looked like a Bigfoot and said his father caught it on September 23, 1953.
My father acquired the Bigfoot September 23, 1953. And when they acquired him, they were so immense.
According to the man, they spotted it in a swamp and had a hard time getting it out, but it wasn't alive anymore. When the video went viral, people had different opinions about it. Some said it was nothing, just done for attention, while others believed it was all real. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments section. Unexpected discovery. A polar explorer spotted an unexpected thing in the ice. In front of him, there was something like a Siberian tiger teeth or dragon-like horns coming out of the ice. In curiosity, he broke the ice to see what it was. He was expecting he had made a discovery in the ice, but when it came out, it was totally unexpected. It was an antlers of an animal that had been trapped under the ice. What he was hoping for didn't happen this time, but I would say, try again. Maybe one day this man will make a discovery. Dry Valley. The dry valleys in Antarctica are a captivating mystery that has fascinated scientists for years. These valleys are noticeable because they don't have much ice and snow, even though they're in one of the coldest parts of the Earth. This happens because strong winds from the nearby ice sheets blow away any snow or ice that tries to gather there. What makes these valleys even more interesting is their extreme dryness. They receive minimal precipitation each year, mostly in the form of snow that quickly evaporates or sublimates due to the dry, cold conditions. Despite these difficulties in Antarctica's short summer, temporary salty streams and small lakes can appear, forming brief ecosystems to continue life there. Russian tank. A group of YouTubers received a map indicating the location of an old abandoned Russian tank. They decided to search for the tank in the snow where the map was indicating it.
Now let's try and search. I don't know, it could be anywhere.
When they reached there, they spotted where this tank was located. After digging a little bit, they spotted it under the snow.
Do you think, is it a tank? Cameraman. Wow, it really looks like a tank.
They struggled for 3 hours to remove all the snow from there and managed to pull out the tank from there.
This is a big green military tank.
Their hard work paid off as the tank was in perfect condition. 100-year-old whiskey. The 106-year-old Shackleton Whiskey is a remarkable artifact from the legendary Antarctic explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton's 1907 expedition. This whiskey was discovered perfectly preserved under the floorboards of Shackleton's hut at Cape Royds in Antarctica, where it had been stored to withstand the harsh conditions of the Antarctic environment. The whiskey bottles were wrapped in paper and straw to protect them from the extreme cold.
Got the 2 boxes out and we're very excited and pleased with ourselves, and then we looked through the layer of ice behind the second box and we could see through the opaque ice the words whiskey again.
In 2007, during conservation work at the hut, the crates containing the whiskey were unearthed. Several bottles were carefully transported back to Scotland for analysis and eventual recreation by the Wyatt and Mackay winemaker, which sought to reproduce the flavor profile of the original whiskey. World War I battlefield. High on a windswept ridge at 2,900 meters on the Italian-Swiss border, a suitcase-sized hole in the snow and ice reveals a dark chamber below. This chamber is a First World War bunker built from timber and filled with relics from its past occupants, including rusted food tins, bullet casings, and metal cooking tools. The Glacier preserved these items for a century, even keeping scraps of paper, bits of clothing, and hay used as bedding intact.
Yeah, this is some hay, which is more than 100 years old. This is what soldiers used to sleep on in this barrack.
However, the glacier that once covered the bunker on Monte Scolarosa in Stelvio National Park has mostly melted due to global warming, uncovering this time capsule from the past. Giant ice disk. An unusual natural phenomenon captured the attention of residents and scientists alike in North Dakota. A massive disk of ice, measuring approximately 15 meters in diameter, was observed spinning on the surface of the Cheyenne River. The giant ice disk formed through a combination of factors. Cold air temperatures gradually froze the river's surface, creating smaller ice chunks. The river's current then likely swept these fragments together, causing them to rotate in a circular eddy, a swirling current within the flowing water. This swirling motion eventually compacted the ice chunks into a large spinning disk. While the sight may appear otherworldly, the explanation behind it is rooted in well-understood natural processes. 4,300-year-old tools. The discovery of 4,300-year-old tools frozen in the Yukon has unveiled a compelling mystery. The tools, like spear points and knives, found remarkably well preserved in the permafrost, give us clues about how ancient people lived and survived during a time when the Yukon was changing a lot. The cold and stable conditions of the permafrost help preserve these tools, keeping them well preserved for thousands of years. More discoveries are expected during the climate-changing period. Gator Unique Way.
This animal will have a heart rate of 55 beats per minute. They know it's going to freeze.
If you see a gator mouth in this way, never assume that it is stuck. Let me tell you why. When it is in this condition, it means the gator is in a state of brumation, a state of dormancy that cold-blooded animals like alligators enter during cold weather.
This is how they survive. They know it's going to freeze, so what they do, they poke their snouts through. They go into that hibernation so they can breathe.
As temperatures drop, alligators' body functions slow down significantly because they rely on external heat to regulate their body temperature.
Just an absolute amazing survival technique.
During brumation, they become lethargic and less responsive, reducing their need for food and movement. They often stay in or near water, where temperatures are slightly more stable, and can even remain partially submerged if the water is not frozen. Brumation helps them conserve energy and survive until warmer temperatures return. When the weather warms up, their metabolism increases, and they gradually become more active again.
This is absolutely amazing.
Iceman Otzi.
The world's first replica of Otzi the Iceman.
Iceman Otzi is an ancient mummy discovered in 1991 in the Alps, on the border between Austria and Italy. dating back to around 3300 BC. Its well-preserved body and belongings were found frozen in ice, offering a unique glimpse into life during the Copper Age. Otzi was equipped with a copper axe, a bow, and arrows, suggesting he was well prepared for his environment. His health, diet, and the circumstances of his demise have been studied extensively, revealing details about his lifestyle, possible health issues, and his final moments. Mysterious hand. A group of students were exploring Antarctica, but they spotted something unexpected. They noticed a red object under the ice, and out of curiosity, they broke the ice to see what it was. When the ice was removed, they saw that it was a huge red hand. That didn't look like it belonged to any human. They thought the hand might belong to some kind of alien, which scared them, so they left the site. Maybe if they had looked around more, they might have found something else. 40,000-year-old mammoth. The mammoth carcass found in Russia in 2019 is considered to be a remarkable discovery from the Ice Age. The carcass is estimated to be over 40,000 years old. Remarkably well preserved due to the cold conditions, the carcass had everything they needed. Researchers have been able to study the mammoth's diet, health, and possible causes of demise. They even found out its gender. The mammoth was an adolescent female. Scientists from the Northeastern Federal University and Yaosh and other research institutions quickly began to study the carcass. They were able to recover the animal's fur, skin, and even parts of its internal organs, including the stomach and intestines. Giant iceberg calving. Hold on to your hats! Scientists just discovered a monster iceberg that broke free from Antarctica, and it's the biggest one ever seen. This icy giant dwarfs Rhode Island, clocking in at a whopping 1,600 square miles or so. As it sails around, it's like a giant key, unlocking the secrets hidden beneath Antarctica's ice for all these years. What amazing things scientists might find now that this icy door is cracked open. Get ready for some mind-blowing discoveries. Colorful world. Antarctica is known for its white landscapes and unique wildlife, but scientists discovered a colorful underwater ecosystem. This discovery happened near the Casey Research Station in East Antarctica at O'Brien Bay. The Australian Antarctic Division recorded a video under the sea after cutting a deep hole in the ice to drop an underwater probe. They were retrieving a data recorder from the waters, and when they brought the devices back up, they saw that the camera had filmed a vibrant seabed full of urchins, starfish, worms, algae, and sponges. It was a great surprise for these experts to find such a beautiful, vibrant environment. 40,000-year-old wolf. A 40,000-year-old wolf's head was found perfectly preserved in the Siberian permafrost, along the banks of the Terektia River in Yakutia, Russia. The wolf's head, about 16 inches long, still has its fur, teeth, and even its brain intact. The wolf head, believed to belong to a now extinct subspecies known as the Pleistocene steppe wolf, is estimated to be 25% larger than its modern-day relatives. As permafrost thaws due to climate change, there's a chance for more such revelations, offering invaluable insights into the Earth's prehistoric past. Resistant bacteria. Researchers from the University of Chile have made a surprising discovery in the Antarctic Peninsula. Bacteria in the soil that are resistant to antibiotics. These bacteria, like Pseudomonas and polarmorns, have genes that naturally protect them against antibiotics and other substances such as copper and chlorine. What's worrying is that these resistance genes can easily be passed on to other bacteria, which could create new, more resistant pathogens. This discovery is particularly concerning because climate change is melting the ice, potentially releasing these resistant bacteria into new environments. This could lead to the spread of antibiotic resistance, making it harder to treat infections. Frozen Lighthouse. The frozen Michigan Lighthouse and Lake is a stunning winter scene by Lake Michigan. In the cold months, ice and snow cover the lighthouse and the area around it, making it look magical. The lighthouse, covered in ice, stands out like a frozen beacon. The lake can freeze over, turning into a huge shiny ice surface. This change draws photographers, nature lovers, and tourists who want to see and capture the beautiful frozen views. The mix of ice and light creates amazing sights. making it a special winter place to visit. Unexpected life. Scientists have found life under a 900-meter thick ice shelf in Antarctica. On a boulder beneath the Filchner-Ronne ice shelf, 260 kilometers from the open water, where these organisms usually get their food, they spotted what looked like sponges and maybe even barnacles. This discovery happened when a team from the British Antarctic Survey, BAS, drilled through the ice and lowered a camera to see what was on the seabed below. Unusual holes.
This is a cryoconite hole.
These are all chironite holes, small dark pools of water that form on glaciers and ice sheets. They were first discovered in the late 19th century by the Swedish explorer and geologist Adolf Erik Norconswald. He observed these features during his expedition in Greenland in 1870. They develop when dust, dirt, and bits of plants gather on the ice, absorbing sunlight and causing the ice around them to melt. Even though chironite holes are tough places to live, they support many different kinds of tiny life, like bacteria. These microbes help recycle nutrients and can speed up how fast glaciers melt by making the ice absorb more heat. 71 million years old fossil. Fossil hunting is an adventure anywhere, and when the search is on one of the most remote localities, complications are bound to happen. But the hard work recently paid off with a prize of over a ton of fossils from ancient marine creatures, dinosaurs and birds that lived during the late Cretaceous period, roughly 71 million years old. The expedition, which included researchers from the US, Australia, and South Africa, involved camping on Vega Island for 7 weeks to reach their main site at Sandwich Bluff. They studied rocks exposed during the Antarctic summer, revealing a treasure trove of ancient life. Penguin City. In Antarctica, there exists a remarkable city of 400,000 king penguins located on South Georgia Island. This sprawling colony is one of the largest and most vibrant penguin communities in the world. The island's harsh climate and abundant marine resources create an ideal environment for these penguins, who gather in massive numbers for breeding and rearing their young. The sight of thousands of king penguins packed together, with their striking black and white plumage and bright orange markings, is a stunning display of nature's resilience and adaptability. Frozen in time. The melting glaciers in the Alps caused by climate change have uncovered a collection of old items. Historians and archaeologists have found important things, like artifacts from World War I.
We found lots of casings from machine gun bullets
when soldiers fought at high altitudes above 3,000 meters. Glacier experts also found old pieces of wood from the Bronze Age, about 4,000 years ago. These discoveries give us interesting views into how people lived in the Alps long ago. Bleeding Glacier. Blood Falls in Antarctica is a fascinating sight, where a glacier seems to bleed red. This happens at Taylor Glacier in the Dry Valleys, where a bright red waterfall flows from the ice.
All the red here is iron oxides, but as you can see, this water here is pretty clear.
The striking color comes from iron oxide or rust, which is found in brine trapped inside the glacier. This brine has been sealed off for millions of years, and as it escapes through cracks in the ice, it stains the glacier red. The extreme cold and lack of oxygen help preserve the brine and iron, making this natural phenomenon possible. Blood Falls not only looks amazing, but also helps scientists learn about the extreme conditions and unique life forms in the region. Antarctica Sea Pig. The Antarctic Sea Pig, also known as the Antarctic Sea Cucumber, is a fascinating creature found in the icy waters of Antarctica. These sea cucumbers are known for their unusual appearance and adaptation to the extreme cold. They have a soft, elongated body covered in small, tough, and flexible spines that help them navigate the seafloor. The Antarctic Sea Pig feeds on organic matter that settles on the ocean floor, using its tube feet to remove and gather food. These sea pigs can live in the extremely cold and high-pressure environment of the Antarctic deep sea because they have special adaptations. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. After a whopping 42-year snooze, a giant hole in Antarctica's ice shelves is back. The Weddell Pollyanna. Remember that epic ice freeze zone from the 70s? Yeah, it was huge, bigger than Oregon. Then poof, it vanished. Back in 2016, a cheeky NASA satellite spotted a tiny opening, and by 2023, it's back and bigger than Maryland. Like a shy friend slowly coming out of their shell. One thing that makes this icy anomaly even more interesting is its location. Hundreds of miles away from the coast, unlike most sea ice holes, this icy hole is more than just a cool sight. It actually plays a big role in how the ocean and air exchange heat, which can affect the climate for the whole planet. Igloo Hotel. Located in Norway's Alta region, is a unique and stunning ice hotel renowned for its incredible craftsmanship and artistry. Constructed entirely from snow and ice, the hotel is built anew each winter, typically from late December to April. Each year, it features a different design, showcasing intricate ice sculptures, themed rooms, and elaborate ice carvings created by skilled artisans. The hotel includes beautifully decorated ice suites, an ice bar, and an ice chapel, all illuminated by colorful LED lights that create a magical ambiance. Guests can experience a night in a frosty yet comfortable environment, as the hotel provides insulated sleeping bags and thermal sleeping pads to ensure a cozy stay, making it a popular destination for those